All right, this is Pepsi, part 2, still day 1 of her 3 days with us. So after a few reps of letting Pepsi go up to Brick and then calling her off when Brick looks overwhelmed, Brick gets a little bit more confident. Brick is not the type of dog who is going to correct Pepsi or any other dog if he's overwhelmed. He is going to rely on the humans in the room to advocate for him. And we do so by watching his body language and setting up no confrontation zones like place or by our side that he can go to and we will respect when he needs some space. Right there, Pepsi got a little frustrated that Brick wasn't reciprocating or play wasn't moving fast enough or she was just feeling really intense and she went for her muzzle again. So that was where the leash pressure came on. But Brick is beginning to reciprocate. So he wants to play with her, but he's keeping things really low key just because he can kind of feel how intense Pepsi is. The more that I see Brick doing things like sitting down when she's smelling him or lingering too long and Brick's not like moving back in to try to say, yeah, I want to play, that's when I'm pulling Pepsi off. 1, because I want to advocate for Brick and make sure that he feels safe. And 2, because I want Pepsi to realize when a dog feels uncomfortable, what that looks like and how to give space to that. So Brick continues to give me signs that he does want to interact with her, but he is hesitant about how he interacts with her. He's not going full force into play with her, but he is staying there. Wide tail wags, kind of jumping around with her. That jumping around, that like stiff staccato way of playing is a very pity way of playing and can kind of be misunderstood by a lot of people. But that shake off right there is what we've been waiting to see. Look at the difference in the body language. Wider tail wags, still rude, but Brick does enjoy rude play. But he's now like, okay, we're in this. You shook off the tension and now we're playing. Now he fully believes that what's happening is play. That shake off is so important to see when it comes to dog on dog interactions, especially introductions. Right here, you see Brick kind of do the same thing as what Pepsi has been doing, that little staccato jump. That's to let her know, like, let's play. I'm ready. I'm in this. Once again, when the intensity rises, Pepsi goes for her muzzle because she's frustrated. So that is absolutely something that we had to work on and something we did work on. Right here, I bend down to call Brick in and kind of reinstigate the play, but also to see how they do with sharing space. Sometimes when you bend down, one dog will try to like bulldoze the other one out of the way, but Pepsi did beautifully. She just kind of re-invited him to go and play with her. It wasn't about my space. She wasn't trying to claim. And this time she actually invited him in a much softer way. There were a lot more breaks and spaces. And Brick actually was the one who moved in here. So that went much, much, much better. Part 3, you're going to see how we introduced her to my other dog, Kemper, who is very, very, very different than Brick. So stay tuned.